Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radioland. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radioland.
The mainstream media is not telling you the truth. They have their own agenda. At GJRB, I have mine. Telling you what's really going on with sources like End Time Headlines, InfoWars, Coast to Coast AM, and most importantly, CBN News. Keeping you on top of what's happening at the top and bottom of each hour during the Gary Rustin program. I'll give you the news and analysis of what I think with Gary J's News and Comment. Get the real news. True news. News that's not in the mainstream. On GJRB. We all run a busy schedule, and maybe we don't have time to catch the Gary Rustin program. Well, here's the solution. The best of the Gary Rustin program, highlighting the most memorable parts of recent shows. Each podcast I will play clips of previous shows and talk about them. Watch for podcast uploads during the GJRB's podcast weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker. Reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Rustin program on GJRB.
After 1 year, the wait is over. Now join Pastor Ron Johnston and a panel of men and women to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy. In this world of chaos and upheaval, this is the program that puts it all into perspective. How will we survive? God only knows. So trust Him and listen to the last 7 days.
Uploaded as a podcast or live
Every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central
on GJRB Online.
After 1 year, the wait is over. Now join Pastor Ron Johnston and a panel of men and women to discuss GJRB Online.
I didn't mean for that commercial to play twice. I just had it on the log twice. Pushed it twice. I got a little trigger happy there. Yeah, speaking of which, that old promo needs to be changed. As you all know, our new schedule plan, Way Out There, the last 7 days in Way Out There has been moved to a brand new time since we do this show in our live shows at 3 o'clock Central Time. That means that Way Out There, which is on now, 3 o'clock Central Time, the last 7 days moves to 1 o'clock every third Friday right here on GJRB Online. Run live, of course, and as it was today. And this is the first day of our brand new schedule, and that's how we work it now. All programs have changed, and we are moving programs around a little bit, moving things forward. And brand new season coming up in the spring, and I'll be talking about that as we get along here on GJRB Online. Got the Spring Spectacular coming up, our Freestyle Spring Spectacular. More programs, more schedules, spontaneous programming, and it's all right here on GJRB starting in April. Got the return of Swing Time. Got a brand new episode featuring the music of 1945. Now, I was going to be doing this last year, but then when the computer broke down and we were off the air for a while, I had to postpone that show. And then I got sick, and then I had I would have had that heart attack, had to get a stent put in. All that got messed up, so I had to postpone that 1945 show. So that program will be ready pretty soon and will be available on our GJRB spring schedule. And that's Swing Time and the music of 1945. So that's going to be a great show. Tune in for that. That's coming up this spring. And also, Swing Time Favorites is in rotation with Sports Page every couple Saturdays or so. And of course it goes on that music rotation, music show rotation. And coming up at the beginning of February, the first week, I've got big band. I got some jazz. I got a jazz weekend. We're going to start off on a Friday with smooth jazz. Now, this Friday, next Friday, which is the 27th, I was going to have a smooth jazz, smooth afternoon show. I'm going to continue. Gary J in the afternoon still on next Tuesday, the 24th. We'll be on the air live 24th at 1 o'clock Central Time, Tuesday the 24th. I'll be featuring some new music. We've been playing it today. GJRB music is nonstop. GJRB music. Gary J in the afternoon will be on at 3 o'clock. Got some brand new artists. I got a brand new song by my good friend Brian Harrison. I'm going to play for you. Great song. It's called Facing the Giants. Love it. Great song. So we're going to debut that one coming up on that show. And I got some brand new artists coming up. I'll be playing. I'll be scouting and getting all those songs played. And, of course, like I said before, the new GJRB schedule next month, we'll be having more days on the air here on GJRB. So this February, we're heading into February, short month. And in March, and I'm going to be working those 2 months on our spring programming. And we'll be bringing back Man on the Street, which we didn't really do last year. For some reason, that just kind of went fluke on me. Just don't know what happened. But I think that was part of the fact that I was sick, and everything had to be postponed. But next year I get to get, well, not only that, but I have to get a new tire for my bike, which I get to get a new tire and inner tube for my bike. So that accounts for it. And a few other things. So, don't know. Other than that. So next week, whether or not I'm going to be able to do this Man on the Street thing, I have to get tires for my bike, but I'll probably be taking the station around our little white station car, and when I go to cardiac rehab, I'm going to, I got some friends there that I'm making, and we're going to see if they can, they want their opinions on some things. And we're going to continue bringing up that subject of Planet X. And I'll be asking some people at our church and various other places about Planet X, and if they believe that that exists or not. And we'll have another poll, and I'll play you the answers to those, people's reactions to those, on a future Way Out There show and on a Gary Russin program. Speaking of which, the Gary Russin program, I have another Gary Russin program slated for January 31st. That's a Tuesday afternoon, and we're going to be doing that at 3 o'clock Central Time. That'll be January 31st. That's a Tuesday. The Gary Russin program, and we'll see if we can get some responses. So if you're listening to this, but it's a podcast. If you're listening to this as a podcast right now, you can leave your responses on the GJRB Spreaker public site in the chat room. I will pick them up because I usually listen to this program back. And I usually go through and see if there's any messages on my Spreaker public site. I check my Twitter, my Google+, my Pinterest, my Facebook, and so either way, I will get your responses to that. And it is now 5:34 in the Central Time Zone, and we have 35 minutes left of the program, so we are going to stay on the air till the end of this program. Okay, so we're going to stay on to the end of this show, GJRB Online. So I hope you're stay with me. 35 minutes left of Way Out There for today here on GJRB Online. So let's utilize this 35 minutes and see who might be out there and out and about. We're going to do a scroll. Let's see. I'm going to go about and we'll do that scroll. Okay, here it is. we'll do that scroll through social media.
Let's scroll through social media.
And we've been doing that with Facebook, found a lot of interesting stories, and I posted an interesting, really interesting posting on my Facebook page yesterday that I want to talk about. Before I do, I missed birthdays. So why don't we do that, and then we'll get into this. Okay, we want to celebrate some birthdays, so we're going to go into that real quick. Before we get any further, I am going to go into birthdays. So let's do the happy birthday thing and see that. Okay, I got some Facebook birthdays we want to celebrate this afternoon. I want to say happy birthday to Stephen James Harrison and David Specht, celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to you guys. And let's see, who you celebrate your birthday in the world of celebrities. We always do this. I give you your happy birthday on the air. A big happy birthday to you. But we also do is tell you what famous people are you celebrating your birthday with today. And I thought I had that written and saved. Let's see. Go down the page. I think it's past my last. Here it is. Okay. Let's see. It's under that page. And I'm going to go to it as soon as it gets there. It's a little slow, man. It's a bit pokey. So let's see if we can find. Here we go. Celebrating your birthday with some big stars. Yeah, big stars here, including Tom Baker. Now he's the original, as far as I'm concerned. One of the Doctor Who's. Tom Baker, 83 right now. He's 83, celebrating a birthday today. Paul Stanley. Yeah, of Kiss, 65. Paul Stanley of Kiss is 65. How about that? Wow. Just, Joshua Coley. Anybody know who he is? 15 is a stage actor. And, let's see, Sid Wilson, he's a DJ, 40. And, let's see if we can find someone else big. Oh, yeah, Bill Moyer. Bill Moyer, he's 61, and George Burns, had he lived, I wonder how old he would have been. It's his birthday today, so happy heavenly birthday to George Burns. And David Lynch, 71, the director, and that is some of the famous persons celebrating your birthday with today on Way Out There on GJRB online on Spreaker. You can join me and you can have your birthday announced right here. Just send me an email, GaryJ65@yahoo.com or GaryJ021361@gmail.com, or leave your birthday in the GJRB Spreaker chat room. And I'll put it on the air and give you the celebrities you're celebrating your birthday with. So you can do that. Okay? Alrighty, since we got that one done, let's go back into the Facebook page where I was. And I posted a funny clipping here. Believe it or not, they are making Pop-Tarts. This is bizarre. I gotta talk about this. If I miss anything at all, gotta do this one for sure. I'm waiting for it to come up here. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. I posted this, and let's see, a fellow by the name of Newt Clemens reacted to it. And I put lovely. And I asked the question, would you really eat these Pop-Tarts? These Pop-Tarts are shaped in horror movie characters, such as Friday the 13th, The Evil Dead, and Freddy Krueger. These are Pop-Tarts, folks. Serious. These are Pop-Tarts. Lovely. And I don't know. I guess if you're getting your revenge on an evil monster to give you bad dreams, I guess that would be a good idea to eat it, right? Yeah. Pop-Tarts that look like evil nightmares. They're custom Pop-Tarts that are coming out, the movie Pop-Tarts, and they're being put out by the Kellogg's company. These are, I don't know, wouldn't leave them out at night. That would scare the living daylights out of you just see looking at this thing. But that's what they look like, folks. They're evil-looking Pop-Tarts. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else is new here? Mostly the inauguration. It's all over the place on all social media. You can't get away from it. And do not know why. Just we're getting invaded by this stuff. Why is that? Anyway, let's see. But it was a great inauguration today. And it actually came off half decent, you know. So, so now we have President Trump now. So what do you think of that? So we continue the Way Out There show on GJRB Online. We're going to go ahead now and visit Linda Moulton Howe's Earth Files. So we're going to go to that, and then we'll see what's happening on Twitter before we close out the show for today. On Freestyle Friday, Way Out There on GJRB Online. And going down the page and seeing what's in there. We got some updates. January 19th. Yesterday, unexplained loud house shaking booms again. This was reported in Mount Holly, North Carolina. Last night, according to Channel 9, WSO TV, news reported at Mount Holly, North Carolina on Tuesday night. That's Tuesday night. This was January 17th. This wasn't last night. This was about a few nights ago. About 3 or 4 nights ago. A loud boom was reported on Saturday, January 14th, last Saturday. City and county authorities still have no answers. Mount Holly is only about 12 miles east of Gastonia, North Carolina, where one of the most shocking horse mutilations occurred in February of 1980, described in the Earth Files report. Yeah, they found this thing. I mean, there's another loud noise. Now, I was talking about booms that I was going to play earlier, but this one oversees everything that I had just talked about. WS, and I think I've been in this area, WSO-TV in Mount Holly, North Carolina, reported on this same area that had animal mutilations. There's no audio report on this, but according to the story, shocking live horse mutilations in Gastonia, North Carolina, happened February 22nd, 1980. After a regional Emmy Award-winning television documentary, A Strange Harvest, was first broadcast on CBS affiliate in Denver, Colorado, KMGH-TV on May 25th, 1980, and assembled a chronological list of animal mutilation reports in the 1980 year unfolded. Following is a Gastonia, North Carolina stallion who was mutilated. They expected there were excerpts here of private research in a file, dozens of animal mutilations listed under Earth Files. So go under Linda Moulton Howe's Earth Files. I will post Linda Moulton Howe's Earth Files on Pinterest later on. She has always had fascinating stuff for us for this program, and I would like to give her full credit, as I give everybody full credit when I use their stuff on the air, because I feel it's at least right to do that, and so I do. And that was another one with some strange noises. Now I want to go down to, let's see where that was. Yeah, this one here. Antarctica, yeah, the ice shift. I haven't heard too much on that one, Dave. I'm going to check on it later on. I'll be listening to Last 7 Way Out There. I'll be listening to Coast to Coast for some future guests for this program and future Way Out There's. But a story here is what I wanted to talk about was the strange booms that were going on. This goes back to December 15th. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, on the night of December 13th and 14th, 2016, thousands of people in the Spokane Valley region of Washington State reported on Facebook and on Twitter strange eerie sounds coming from the sky all night long. In Spokane Valley, Washington, very good 11-minute video audio of 3 a.m. recording of a Sullivan Road on Broadhead Avenue in Spokane Valley posted on YouTube, worth listening to all the way through. And this is posted on YouTube. The noise that you hear is pretty darn bizarre. And I guess that it's further in here. I think I know. Let me see if I can find it. Listen very carefully to it, though. There's a lot of noise in the background. Let's see. Here we go. Listen to this. Listen to this. It's more except for the noise. Listen, they make too much noise in this recording. Listen to this. It's like music. This is in Spokane Valley, Washington. What is it? And they're hearing these noises. This is actually happening. And of course, they say they're unexplainable noises too. This is unexplainable. And you hear more, but there's a lot of noise in the recording. It's bad. It's a lot of noise. Then later on, December 14, 2016 at 2:08 p.m., MKF, Spokane Valley, Washington, wrote to Earth Files. Linda, below is a link to a photograph of two beams. Now, this is a picture of some beams of light just behind a building there. I don't know if that's a building of a TV station or not. It's at their local KHQ in Spokane, Washington, posted by a resident in comments for KHQ on Facebook about strange noises all night long in Spokane. And then the person wrote, I live in North and South Hill in Spokane, so did not hear this, but also windows were closed because of the frigid cold, of course. The noises sound very much like a post you had made on Earth Files. Thank you, Marie, Spokane, Washington. And then KHQ Facebook page, December 14th, two vertical whitish beams showing up above the foreground of the house. So it's just a house. Same time, eerie metallic sounds were being recorded on an iPhone by the Spokane Valley, Washington resident there. The night of December 13th and 14th, 2016, posted at the KHQ Facebook page. And there's more sounds here further down the page. No, there isn't. Okay. But there are just various noise. There's been unexplained booms even in Pennsylvania. Rostrover Township, which is in my home area, Pittsburgh, in Westmoreland County. They wrote a letter to Linda Moultonhouse saying, I'm writing to give you a recent update of some rather disturbing recent events here at Rostrover Township. In the morning of December 13, 2016, my daughter, she's writing this to Linda Moulton Howell in a letter, said, my daughter, who lives about 3 miles away, was awakened by what described as a huge explosion that shook my house. Don't know what it means, but I thought you'd like to know. And then posted, and this is probably the father, I hope, said, my wife and I were hearing rumbling sounds, which seemed to be coming from underground somewhere, sometime. I could hear it over the TV in room conversation. So that was that loud. And then he tells a story about when I was going to school a long time ago, in parentheses, worked at B&O Railroad during the summer. Rumbling sound is of a idling diesel locomotive. Only it sounds like it's hundreds of feet underground. Ross Drover Airport literally is in my backyard. And our property's bordering that southern side of the airport. My daughter lives in West Newton, PA. I've heard of that. About 3 miles away. Thank you for your excellent work in reporting these things. No one else does. I'm interested in doing that. I'm going to write a letter to this person. I don't know. They don't have a name on it. So, I couldn't really write any email. But if they are listening to this broadcast, I am from Pittsburgh originally. If you're listening to this broadcast, and I doubt, because we have some zeros all the way through this program today. So it's hard to say if I even had any listeners at all this afternoon. Whether or not I did, I have no idea. But I'm going to go into my, let's see if I'm getting any listeners. Just as a result of posting on my site. Nope. 0 still all the way around. 0 all the way through. I'm going to go into the other parts. I only had 2 on my GJRB Music. Last 7 days. I had 1. GJRB Music, way out there, no hits today. So, but for an unlikely accident that you come across this podcast, drop me a line. I want anybody who may have heard these loud booms, because I haven't. They've been heard in Idaho. They've been heard in other places. What's the jig here? So what is these noises coming from? Where are these noises coming from? And we'll continue that on the next Way Out There show. By the way, the next time we do Way Out There again, let's see, in the cycle of programs, I'm going to try to throw one in there in our rotation, the cycle of programs. I'm going to try another one at the top. I'm going to try and do 2 Way Out There's in February. I don't know yet, because I've got a lot to do with getting my spring programming on the air. So we're going to see if we can try to get ahead in production for spring programming, to maybe work on a bunch of Way Out There's in a row. So I'll be working on that. Got about 16 minutes left of this Way Out There show, and I enjoyed that. Once again, I hope you enjoyed the Way Out There show. Show produced by me, Gary J. Russin, on GJRB Online on Spreaker. Interview with Marshall Masters, courtesy of Premier, thanks to Premier Radio Networks and Coast to Coast AM. The interview was, something to think about when it comes to Planet X. And I want to also thank you for listening to the program. If you're just listening to the podcast, have no listeners live today. No listeners live, and I don't know if it's because of the inauguration, but oh well. We're going to see what happens this weekend and see if we can get some listeners. 15 minutes left of the program. That leaves me enough time to give you our program schedule we got coming up next on GJRB. We will not be on the air this weekend. No broadcast Saturday, no broadcast Friday. We will not be on the air the remainder of this week. I'll be working on the spring programming and do some production. And I'll be also prepping for the Gary Wrestling program on the 31st. And on the 24th, that's Tuesday, January 24th, live at starting at 1 o'clock Central Time, GJRB Music, followed by Gary J in the afternoon with some brand new music. I got some brand new artists, brand new stuff. Got some new songs that I'm going to play for you, including my friend Brian Harrison, a brand new song called Facing the Giants, an absolutely fabulous song. We'll be debuting that one, and have a lot of new stuff to play for you, so I hope you'll tune in for Gary J in the afternoon. News, true news briefs, Gary J sports page every hour with scores and your favorite music. And of course we'll wrap it up for the Gary J in the afternoon with 50 minutes of non-stop music. That'll be coming up next Tuesday right here on GJRB. So tune in for that. It's going to be good. And then we'll be off the air the rest of that week. We'll not be on the air. I was going to do a jazz broadcast, but I canceled that. And I'm going to reschedule it because I got jazz the following week, as we will be cranking up February with a jazz weekend. And that'll be February 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Starting February 3rd, that's a Friday afternoon, February 3rd, 1 o'clock Central Time. We'll start with Smooth Afternoon. We'll start with Smooth Jazz. Yeah, Smooth Jazz. And, no, I got some Smooth Jazz, whatever the case. Smooth Afternoon will be on all afternoon that day. Smooth Afternoon on all afternoon that day, starting at 1 o'clock. Got some smooth jazz through to the evening, and we'll be playing all your favorite jazz selections, so you'll tune in for that. At Smooth Afternoon, Smooth Jazz, and all jazz all weekend long on our closed circuit 9-foot signal, Cool Jazz 106.7. We'll have jazz, Easy Nights, that show where we do soft jazz, soft music, easy listening, reminiscing the old soft music radio stations. We do that. And I like doing that. It's great. It's reminiscing those old FM soft music stations, and we'll play those in the evening, called Easy Nights on 106.7, our 9-foot signal. And of course, live Saturday evening that week will be Saturday evening, which will be February 4th. Saturday evening, February 4th at around 8 p.m. Central Time will be the best of jazz. I've got some classic jazz. We'll play some new emerging jazz artists, and then we're going to mix it up with a little bit of Chick Corea and a whole lot of George Benson and all that. All those. So it's going to be great. Smooth Jazz, Smooth Afternoon Friday, the best of jazz Saturday night, and we'll wrap it up with some great jazz. I hope you'll tune in for that. That's February 3rd and 4th right here on GJRB Online. And then we're going to take a break for a while because I got to get some stuff ready for our spring season. We'll have a Gary Wrestling program and stuff along the way too. And like I said, I'm going to try to see if I can get another way out there on the air as well. So you'll get your programs, and of course that will mark the beginning of the month, and we will probably be getting the expansion. We'll still be GJRB Pro at the top of the month, hopefully, top of the month, and we'll be starting February off the second month of our Pro programming. GJRB Air Talent, and we got some more great stuff coming up during February, and we'll be looking at the GJRB spring season of programming as well, and we'll be collecting some information and some stuff for future shows, and producing and all that good stuff throughout the month. So hope you'll tune in to GJRB Online on Spreaker, across America, wherever you're listening, on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, and Pinterest. GJRB Online on GJRB. Yeah, that's what we do here. It's fun stuff. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to be wrapping it up here, and one more thing before we close it down for today. Want to announce our program schedule once again. We'll have all that posted on the GJRB Spreaker public site, also on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, and Pinterest. Our program schedule lined up for you there. You can look at it and make your plans to listen, I hope, in the coming weeks. So, otherwise, that's going to do it for me. That's it for Way Out There. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the program, and we'll do this program again real soon. We'll try another round of it coming up probably at the beginning of February, and around the beginning, start of February. I'll be working on trying to get some interviews for future programs so that get you prepared. That's going to do it for me. I'm Gary J. Rustin. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And remember, look up at the skies and let me know what you see way out there. The aliens. I'm Gary J. Rustin. Have a great night, everyone. And have a great weekend.
Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radioland. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between, like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radioland. The mainstream media is not telling you the truth. They have their own agenda. At GJRB, I have mine, telling you what's really going on with sources like End Time Headlines, InfoWars, Coast to Coast AM, and most importantly, CBN News, keeping you on top of what's happening at the top and bottom of each hour during the Gary Rustin program. I'll give you the news and analysis of what I think with Gary J's News and Comment. Get the real news. True news. News that's not in the mainstream. On GJRB. We all run a busy schedule, and maybe we don't have time to catch the Gary Rustin program. Well, here's the solution. The best of the Gary Rustin program, highlighting the most memorable parts of recent shows. Each podcast I will play clips of previous shows and talk about them. Watch for podcast uploads during the GJRB's podcast weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker. Reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Rustin program on GJRB. Another Radioland coming soon on GJRB Online.
This is GJR Broadcasting.